What's up, folks? I'm Odd, by the way, and I just want to very briefly talk about the reactions to my previous video. It was super awesome. I got a lot of really nice comments, so thank you for that. Probably the most engagement that I've gotten out of a video, like in terms of relevant comments since, or the art box videos, so I'm happy that you really liked it, and I'm gonna do it again. It probably won't be an every week thing. I generally just do character art overall, and fan art kind of makes its way into that, but I couldn't think of anything else to do. So, thank you very much, and here's more Pokemon. We're going to be going back to my little collection of bootleg Pokemon that I got forever ago. 73 in all, mind you, and I guess I could make this an ongoing series and just attempt to try and randomly draw and do all of them. 73 leaves it at like 24 videos, which is a task, but plausible? Maybe? I don't know. So, yes. If you want to see stuff like that, you let me know. Because it is very fun. And sometimes you're just in a fan-arty mood. So with that, let's choose 3 Pokemon that are not from Makeship out of this makeshift bag, because I have too many drawstring bags from buying things on the internet. Alright, so a Reuniclus. That's... Oh, he's very unfortunate. That's right, this is Kermit the fetus. Oh no, he's so derpy. He's kind of cute looking though. He looks like a little fish bone. Alright, Pokemon number 2. And the idea here, yes, being that, this is just the Graveler. The idea here being that I'm going to choose these random Pokemon out of my little grab bag of little guys, and we're going to be making kind of more or less custom Pokemon OCs out of them, roughly inspired by the bootleggedness of them, maybe made to resemble slightly more so with all of the clothespins in this bag. I know I put them in here, but Jesus. But they more, like closely resemble real-life animals. In a way, obviously, they're Pokemon, but that they have those sort of traits. If you haven't seen the first video, I probably explained it a little bit better, but, I mean, you can see by the results of the first video what that looks like as well. Or in this one. And we'll just go from there. Okay. It's the Clefairy that's flipping you off. You can't... There she be. Yes. Okay, so this is an interesting assortment of Pokemon. Definitely a group of oddballs, if I would say so myself. Because there's not exactly a matching color scheme. There's not really a common theme between the 3 of them. So, I mean, there wasn't necessarily in the other one, but I guess at least they had similar colors. And I'm gonna have to think of it on how to even customize these Pokemon. This isn't even a bad Graveler, by bootleg standards. It looks pretty decent, in fact, but it's really just all in the mold. And the fact that they didn't misprint the eyes. So, I don't know how much credit can be given there. But, yes, I'm going to hop over to speed paint and voiceover, and I'll see you there.
So, I'm gonna be honest, I have little to no connection with these 3 Pokemon. I rarely use the Geodude line. Clefairy is cute, but just another one of those Pokemon I've never really used in the games, and Reuniclus, though it is super cute, arose in like an awkward era of Pokemon for me. At some point or another, I do want to play through Gen 5 again, but I just didn't vibe with it. I don't remember a lot of it, actually. Due to the games I grew up with, those being mostly Gens 3 and 4, Gen 5 was the first line of like new Pokemon for me, and they never really settled. I was at a point in my life where I barely played Pokemon too, so I think that I've been kind of a resurgent for it in recent years. But I started with the one I thought was going to be the problem child, and actually turned out to be the maybe favorite, Graveler. I thought it would be interesting to see a rock Pokemon with markings, but having them be similar to actual rocks instead of animals. So I started playing with the idea of sedimentary rock and all those cool lines to create sort of a tabby design, which is what I wound up naming the Graveler. Instead of being a real tabby, she is listed instead as sedimentary because that's what she is and she's a rock type. but the similarity is definitely there. I added a few fossils because that can be a big thing in sedimentary rock. Maybe it's unrealistic for a Pokemon that's supposed to be like a boulder mimic to be made out of this kind of rock. I'm sure they're like igneous or volcanic or something. Regardless, they're fun fantasy creatures and it looks cool. Maybe this variant of Graveler comes from areas where the sediment just kind of builds up around Geodudes over a massive period of time. The Reuniclus definitely gave me some trouble, but this one at least had some print faults to be inspired by. Instead of having just the white bone thingies in its arm, the figurine had those painted black. And since it kind of looks like a bunny, I thought spots. The Dex entry on Reuniclus says they gather knowledge from the fluids around their bodies, so I think maybe poor Kermit here is seen a little too much. He doesn't look very happy, and I imagine him being a little anxious. Maybe his arms aren't quite as strong because of his psychic abilities are hindered by his anxiety. I feel you, buddy. We would just be too powerful without it. Last up, we have the Clefairy. At first I thought I would maybe just try some sort of different coloring, maybe vitiligo or piebald, which I will definitely keep in my back pocket, but instead I decided to go for curly. I thought a Rex variant Clefairy would be super cute and add to the vibe I wound up going for here. There's definitely an ongoing joke that Clefairy looks like it's flipping you off in its signature pose, and I made that incredibly apparent here. This Clefairy is named Luna, both because I thought it was fitting in the moon theme and the fact that, like, every pet that I've met with the name Luna has just been all of the chaos. Like, sweethearts, of course, but for whatever reason, just a little crazy. Let me know if that's tracking for you. Whether you think Luna here has the cognizance to know she's flipping you the bird with malice is up to you. Also, where do we lie on the clef line's ears? Are they brown markings or horns? I made them sort of horns here because Clefla has them covering their whole head and it looks like horns, but I don't know. I like it though, it makes her look like a little sheep. I also did keep some little white patches because how couldn't I? But those were my 3 Pokemon based on my bootleg figurines. These are a fun little challenge in character design because they're quite random and Pokemon are obviously quite designed already, so it's interesting to sort of color outside of the lines. Let me know what you think of this video, give it a like if you liked it, and you can also let me know what other sorts of art challenges you'd like to see me try, and of course subscribe so you know when they come up in the future. At that though, I'll see y'all next time.